Stop mo. Hi, sir. We are Triad number 1, sharing to you our sexual self-sharing. The first question is, what are your views about the sex and sexual self emerging from the debates? What is your take on these issues? From the debates, parang I was surprised because usually, let's say in our debate at least, the one with the Soji bill and the civil rights, um, I usually have like one side of it. Like I'm pro for same sex marriage and all that, but it was insightful to see the other perspective on what could have been like the opposite of what I think. It was I my views stayed constant, but it was insightful to see how wide the topic could go and how much how much other people like could see it, how other people could like view it. And my take is that how it's a taboo. I mean, like the sex and sexual self in the Philippines at least is very like hush hush speak because there are like supposedly there should be like sex ed and all that, but because of like I'm not sure if it's religion or it's because of like the policies. It's very like kept the secret. It's very kept the secret. It's very not talked about. It's like something serious to discuss when in reality it's something very real and applies to everyone, not just people of like older age ganun. It should be educated, and that's like a thing that we didn't have, like based on us at least. Yung parang because we're at college right now, buong high school ganun, we didn't talk about that. So ayun nga, the issue is that these not just sex and all that, but also like yung mga LGBTQ, discovering yourself in general, discovering your whole sexual self is kept like under the radar because of how it's not a norm anymore when it should be a norm because it applies to everyone. Tada! Ano
Nice,
insights niyo,
nice.
guys?
Uh, sige, si Ellie muna or ako.
Ikaw bahala. Sino muna?
Pero yun nga, di ba sa sexual self, I think tama naman yung sinabi ni Adi, dapat mas open since everyone should be like aware of it and kung ano yung mga precautions, not just sex mismo but also the male, female, yung gender itself. So, ayun. May add pa ako mamaya pero ikaw muna, Ellie.
Like, agree din ako kay Ati kasi like yung sexual self na nagiging taboo na, and it's very important sa society rin kasi yun nga, di ba, gender roles natin nare-dictate ng society, hindi nagiging open to change. So, yun.
So, I think, di ba sinabi dito sa, naka 10 minutes na ba tayo? Di pa, no?
Di ba?
Okay lang, mga ano.
Puntahan natin
It's like 3 minutes per question. Okay naman.
How do you see, yung sa last part, how do you see managing one's sexual self-life? So, I think, yung sa decisions nung mga tao about their sexuality and about sex, I think dapat parang mas maayos yung pagpili nila kasi it will affect their future. Yung reputation din nila. For example, may college student tas he or she had sex tapos bilang nabuntis or nakabuntis. Diba? So, parang masisira na yung buong future niya unless kaya ng family niya. Pero normally kasi pag may anak na, like, parang wala nang parang independent na ganun. So, yun.
Yeah, it's like caused by for me, caused by in lack of sexual education because it's all like kept like under the radar here.
Mm.
Like if they were educated to begin with on mga STD, pregnancy and all that, how can you get pregnant? Or like how very likely it is you're gonna get pregnant. If they educated it to begin with, that parang it won't happen in the first place.
Kasi based, di ba, sa sinabi mo na high school, hindi naturo nung high school. Same rin with us. Like, parang subtle lang na tinuro about, actually, it's just like parang the definition of it. Pero not the preventions, the causes and effects of it.
More
Dapat,
of yung scientific na.
more scientific, pero I guess dapat, as soon as possible, mas maging open pa yung about sexual education. Para at least
I
alam rin
think
ng mga
it's
go.
I think it's part of the culture din ng Philippines na medyo old-fashioned, 'di ba? Ano tayo, dominantly Catholic, I think.
Yeah.
Tapos kaya nagiging taboo rin sa most of the schools dahil nga sa culture natin as Filipinos.
Kaya siguro mas inaano nila more on spiritual and religion. Kasi
Mm.
'di ba minsan nagka-clash rin religion sa sex education. So nagiging taboo yung topic na.
Yeah nga, but the good thing is kasi parang sa Bible, di naman siya like kept as like a secret there, whatever. Parang it's more of like seen as like a sin. That's the problem. When in reality, parang it applies to everyone. Ganon. Okay. Are you done with the first question? Ilang minutes na?
Ewan ko, pero so far nakaka 5 pa lang.
That's okay.
That's
That's
good
okay.
na.
I guess good.
Tara, second question tayo. How does the sexual self and the issues that revolve around it impact your personal life? Do you have any strengthened convictions or change perspectives after the debate? The sexual self and the issues impact my personal life because like I like we are all built. I'm not sure if it's like not just me probably, but like most of like Filipinos, we're built like on the fact that like your sexual self should has like there's like one road to it. There's like only one thing to it, and then it impacted my personal life or like my perspective at least because ano yun Hmm. Parang before, I didn't have much of an opinion on it because I didn't know much about it to begin with. Because I didn't really have a choice but not to know anything about it. And then, syempre naman, as like I got older, as social media got like more open, more so like educating me more. I got to know more, and it impacted me because I have more of an opinion now, and like I know what's like I have strong thoughts about like what like it should be open and all that, the parang LGBT and all that. It's all should be open. And when in but like when I was a kid, siguro late na, kasi you know it's all like recently lang actually like recently, super recently, it became medyo open na. People started coming out and all that before it was all a secret. So I got like so it's like we were all educated late on like mga ganong issue also. Kaya it impacted me because I have a stronger opinion now compared to before when I didn't know anything about it. And strengthened convictions or change perspectives. I didn't have any because I still stick to mine. Kasi our debate, syempre naman, it was ano same sex, you know. So yeah, syempre naman, I have the same perspective naman still. Especially because ano yun, I also yung ano, diba, yung pro side ng ano yun, ng debate natin was really solid compared to the con side. We're in con side, parang not much, kasi considering it's more open right now, which is really good, parang wala masyadong maisip, gano'n. Kaya medyo parang lumayo, 'di ba, yung topic gano'n. Which is why parang ano yun, I don't have any change perspectives because parang it's more open now and like and as like it becomes more open, the con side gets weaker and weaker, which is really good for me. Yeah. Ano thoughts niyo?
Very good, very good.
Very good. Same
Wait,
opinion.
sinagot ko ba yung question or lumayo ba ako?
Actually,
Sinagot mo naman.
Sinagot mo naman. Let's
Okay.
add on ganun.
Kasi I'll think at the time.
Well, so far wala namang insights kasi my insights are the same as yours. So,
Sa bagay kasi, ayun nga, kasi it's more open na. Like, because of that, parang we all like, parang as like the for me at least, I believe, parang as the generations get like young, like more like older, ganun, parang, let's say like people like born more in like the early, like let's say our parents ganun, or like older than our parents, they have like those beliefs, while like as like people like grow, as like people like emerge more and more, like as the years come by, it gets more and more open onti-onti. Like there are still some people na parang they have their like thoughts na parang against it ganun, but like it's mostly, but that's just due to the way they were brought up. I believe. And then parang, ayun nga, it's like it gets more open and open as the years go by. Really good.
Ay, very good, very good.
Very good.
Next question na ba? May insights pa kayo?
Ikaw yung spotlight
Wala
eh.
naman.
Kasi may ano din to eh. May ano yun. May reaction time eh.
Wow!
Wow.
Grabe. Tara, third question.
Last.
How do you see managing one's sexual self/life? How do people make sexual decisions? Um, I see one managing their sexual self/life by like reflecting, because like let's say we were all brought up with the norm that like, oh, we're straight, kind of like it's an assumption, it's a norm, and then like one way to manage it is to like reflect constantly, because it's like if you're questioning it, one way to manage it is to reflect, you know, and all that, because it's a decision that you have to make on your own. Like only you know yourself best. So which is so same thing also applies to the second question. How should people make sexual decisions? Because ayan nga, they should think like it's not something you like think about overnight. It's something you grow to accumulate. You don't like it's not an instant thing. You have to like think properly about it, because it's it's gonna affect your whole life, because it's on your decisions. Like it's gonna affect the one you marry, the one you love, ganun. And also like your whole like thoughts about it. That's why it's important. That's why one way to manage it is to let's say if you're questioning it, one way to manage like it's like your sexuality, if you're questioning it, one way to manage and is like to think, to not just neglect it. You have to actually properly reflect on it and decide, because you can't like considering ayun nga, it's a taboo. It's all like hush hush yung mga ano, yung mga like sexuality and all that, 'di ba? Medyo may mga homophobic pa ganun. It's all like, considering that that shouldn't impact one person from reflecting and from thinking about their decisions and all that. Ayun nga, ano pang sexual decisions? Yun lang, no? Yun lang yung mga main sexual decisions. Also, sex ed. Sex ed nga. Kasi, go.
Go lang.
Ito lang nga, sex ed lang. Like how, ano yun, parang, syempre, we weren't educated on it. But, even if you weren't educated on it, it's still it's still the best, obviously, to do your research for doing anything else. Because you can never predict what can go wrong. May mga STD pa ganun. Especially now, when like, malamang now, parang, the more the world evolves, the more sicknesses there are. COVID nga, di ba? Parang surprise lang ganun. So best to like be educated first before making any sexual decisions like based on like actions ganun. Yeah. Ta-da! Any thoughts?
Ako, isa lang. Like siguro, most of the people nowadays, especially teenagers, they parang sinasali nila yung parang past life nila about sex, diba? And their sexuality. So for example, broken family, they make it an excuse na, oh, I have to do this because broken family, so parang I have to
Kaya
do something
psychological
with
na.
it. Oh. Yun lang. Go, Ellie.
Go, Ellie.
I agree yung kay Adi, like yung sexual choices should be made individually. Hindi siya influenced by others. Kasi diba nakita nga natin ngayon, i-influence ka, oh, you're boring, hindi ka pa nag-sex or whatever. So yun, dapat individual yung choices.
That's philosophical self, authentic self, yung parang no influences and all that. Tapos yung kanina, sociological, because it was like a taboo, but it was like told to be like, you know, hush hush, a hush hush topic about everything, ganun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
3, 2, 1.